Hey, yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite MMA sports betting channel, Bros Talk MMA. I'm your host, Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, a.k.a. Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. I'm here with my bro, host, oh, shit, I fucked that up.
Ball drop.
I fucked it up. All right, I'm going to start again.
Whose mask is this?
You ready?
That's one.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. Hey, yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite MMA sports betting channel, Bros Talk MMA. I'm your host, Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, a.k.a. Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. I'm here with my bro, host extraordinaire.
You know what it is. It's Ray Bucks. It's Chaco Jordan. It's the Parlay God. It's Mr. Hand me my crown and give me my belt.
Okay. Yeah, and you know what? That title, is sustained.
It's fairly sustained, yeah.
It's sustained, good shit.
But we do have to add another one to Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick's moniker.
I think I busted this one out before, but it was way back when. We're on episode 19 now.
My man, you hit all your parlays, right?
Yeah, I hit my parlays.
You hit your parlays. So you hit a couple of them, right?
Not quite the parlay god, I would say, out here in the streets, but you can call me the parlay prince. That's how we do it out here.
I'll go ahead and dub that.
You dubbing it like
I dub it like I like a night.
Okay.
Boom.
Dub me. Friggin' okay.
The Parlay Prince.
So it's not a dub like Okay. That works then. That works. Definitely though, when I call myself Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick, I'm not fucking around, because I went 10-0. Or I'm sorry, 10-2. Went 10-2 on this last card for UFC 302.
Show did.
Bro went 9-3, so it was a great card for picks, and since we're talking about that, that brings us to an all-time total after 222 fights, like actual fights, no, not the ones that are like no contests or, disqualifications that end in no contests or, whatever like that.
Fizzled fights, all that.
Yeah, all completed fights, 222 completed fights on the year for every event. Right now, my bro here is at a grand total of 139 wins and 83 losses. For a combined win percentage of 62.61%.
Like a man's supposed to.
Yes, indeed. Myself, I am 132-90, bringing me to a 59.46 win percentage.
Like a man's supposed to.
Hey, we're in the green over here. I don't think there's any channel that you can find right now that's betting every fight for every event on the year since the beginning of the year. So first event of the year leading up to today or last Saturday, I guess. That's picked every single fight that could say that they're, plus win total and percentage right now, so.
And let me
salute to us one time.
Absolutely. So let me just say this, because it's, I'm at 62%, and 59%. They don't sound sexy, all right? Doesn't sound like, oh wow, you're at 60%. Like, bro, that's a D. If you were in school, you'd be getting a D right now.
That's passing.
Right?
I would know.
But that means that Cam has won 42 fights to the good. 42 fights plus, like, out of all things even, 42 fights, with the win and loss being even to the good. He's got that. I've got, I believe, 56 fights to the good, if I'm doing my math right. Am I doing my math right? I believe I am.
Bruh.
Well, you go. 17, right? I just got it. No, maybe not 56. If he's got 42, I just got to add 7 to 42. What's 7 plus 42? 51. I got 51 fights to the good.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I went to DPS, but I can still do math, my guy. Crazy. That's crazy. I would love not that I'm calling out any other sports betting podcast or pick prediction podcast or anything like that, but if someone's better, please hit me up in the comments and let me know who's better, because I'd like to watch them as well.
Boom. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Shit.
If you make money with this channel, please just leave a comment. Please put a like. Please put a subscribe. Please hit the notification button. Please talk some shit. I don't mind that.
Hey, well, that was UFC 302. We're now moving into the UFC Fight Night Louisville card that's taking place this weekend. I believe that we have 14 fights on the docket. So I'm going to start with the first one in the strawweight women's division. We got Puja Tomar going up against Rayanne Amanda. And I believe it's like Rayanne Amanda dos Santos. But, regardless, we got Tomar coming in. It's their UFC debut. They're 8-4 overall. And they are 4-1 in their last 5. Going up against Rayanne Amanda, who is, I believe, 0-1 in the UFC, 14-7 overall, and are 3-2 in their last 5. I'm going to be going with Rayanne in this fight. Puja is definitely a good prospect that they're bringing in. One of, like, a few Indian fighters coming in. So, but I'm just not really sold on them. And I just believe that although they're coming in on like a 4-fight win streak, I don't believe the level of competition is as good. I believe that earlier in their career, they were facing stiffer competition, and it showed that they weren't quite up to par yet. Amanda, although they lost their first UFC fight, it was kind of controversial. A lot of folks do think that they did win. And when it really just comes down to it, I believe they got more routes to victory. So I'm going to be going with Rayanne in this fight.
I think Amanda is the winner. I don't like this fight. It's a fucking snoozer for me. I don't think there'll be any knockouts. I don't think there'll be any KOs. I think it'll be very lightweight women throwing lightweight punches and lightweight takedowns at each other. Not light. When I say lightweight, I mean like actual like lighter weight, not, you know what I mean, because they're straw weights or something like that. You know what I mean? Go and grab your beers. Go and get your snacks. You know what I mean? Don't put a whole lot in this, but I'll take Rayanne Amanda as well. She has a few more routes to victory. I think she's got a little bit better resume as far as who she's fought as far as competition, but I don't give a shit about this fight. Rayanne Amanda is my pick.
Sure. All right, moving on to the bantamweight division, we got a fight between Cody Stamann going up against Taylor Lapilus. We got Cody Stamann, who is 7-5 in the UFC, 23-6 and 1 draw. They are 2-3 in their last 5. We got Taylor Lapilus coming in. I believe they're 1-1 in the UFC. Oh, 4-2 in the. I'm tripping. 4-2 in the UFC. 19-4 in their 19-4 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5. I'm gonna be going with Lapilus in this fight. I just believe that they're going to be the better striker. They're the more active of the two fighters at this point. Stamann's coming off a pretty nice layoff. Lapilus was somebody who was coming in off of a layoff, but are turning around pretty quickly since their last fight, which was a loss to Farid Basharat, which is nothing to, hang your head about. So I'm going to be going with Lapilus in this fight. As long as they can keep it on the feet and just, keep exercise some good takedown defense, I believe that they'll be able to basically weather the storm of Stamann, who's, pretty definitely got some good cardio. They're going to be able to hang around for 3 rounds if it goes that long. But I'll be going with Lapilus in this fight.
I think Lapilus is a very technical fighter. I think this will be a very, very boring fight. Lapilus is just a boring fighter to watch. But he's very technical. He picks his shots. I think he has enough action to win the fights. And he knows what he needs to do to win the fights. I think he's a very smart fighter. He has a very high fight IQ. Just not exciting. He reminds me, and not in the sense of like greatness, but in the sense of he gets it done, of like a GSP, right? He just gets it done. GSP is one of my favorite fighters of all time, but it's not entertaining. Again, another little snooze fest. But Lapilus gets it done and takes down Cody Stamann.
Definitely. All right, moving back to the strawweight women's division, we got a fight.
What?
We got a bout between Eduarda Moura going up against Denise Gomes. Moura's 1-0 in the UFC, 10-0 overall. We got Gomes coming in at 2-2 in the UFC, 8-3 overall, and they are 2-3 in their last 5. I'm gonna be going with Moura in this fight. Their grappling should be able to get things done against Gomes. I don't think Gomes is that great in terms of grappling. They do got some good striking, but even that's like okay. Moura, I just think, has more routes to victory. I think that they could finish this fight, but I won't be surprised if it goes to decision with her just kind of dominating, just on the ground for 3 rounds. But yeah, I'm gonna be going with Moura in this fight.
I'm gonna go with Moura as well. These first couple fucking fights suck. Like, they're boring as fuck. Like, nobody's a killer in these first few fights. I know Moura does have like some KOs and some submissions and whatever, but again, they don't have like a lot of action and high level events.
Bruh.
So when I see people come from like some of the lower levels of not UFC but of MMA, and they get in the UFC, they generally turn into decisions, especially in the women's divisions. Not trying to call out women on like having bad fights, because there's some great fights in the women's divisions, but this one's going to be a snoozer. So Moura beats Gomes. Decision victory. I guess I can call these all. Like, if you guys want like some kind of weird decision victory parlay, like these are all 3 decision victories. Moura wins.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like that.
You know what I mean?
Might want to look into that. All right, moving on to the men's bantamweight division. We got Daniel Marcos going up against John Castaneda. Marcos is 2-0 in the UFC. They are 15-0 overall with 1 no contest. We got Castaneda. They are 4-2 in the UFC, 21-6 overall. I'm gonna be going with, and they're my apology. They're 4-1 in their last 5 fights. I'm gonna be going with Marcos in this fight. I just believe they're gonna be the better striker. Castaneda is he's probably more well-rounded, but I just don't think that their gas tank is gonna be able to hold up, especially if this stays on the feet. I don't even think that they would even want to potentially take this to the ground just so that they could conserve energy. I just believe that if Marcos, can take this into like, the second, third round, keep it on the feet, not get put on their back, they should be able to win this fight pretty easily. I'm gonna be going with Marcos.
I like your Marcos pick. Yeah, Castaneda is just not. He's not good either. Like he's fucking another, like not great fighter. He's not gonna knock anybody out. He's not gonna fucking submit anybody. Like, of course he has submissions. Of course he has knockouts. But like, is he gonna fucking knock out Daniel Marcos? Probably fucking not. Is this gonna go to decision too? More than fucking likely. Like, I fucking hate decision fights because again, like it makes my pick hard because then it's like, oh, it's left up to the judges and maybe the judges fucking like this dude a little bit more. Maybe he's like from the hometown and all that fucking weird shit.
Was crazy. They were trying to make shit.
Well,
crazy.
What about that fucking New Jersey judge in that one? You know what I mean?
Like he was trying.
No, I mean before that even. Like, sorry, not even last week, but
card.
Yeah, that Atlantic City card was fucking crazy. So yeah, Marcos wins by decision. Like I think it's gonna be a better fight. It'll be the best fight of the ones that we've talked. It'll be the best fight of the four. So Daniel Marcos, best fight of the four.
Cool. All right, moving on. We got a flyweight bout in the women's division. We got Andrea Lee going up against Montana De La Rosa. You got Andrea Lee coming in at 5-7 in the UFC, 13-9 overall. They actually have a win over De La Rosa early on in their careers. She's 1-4 in her last 5 fights, going up against De La Rosa, who is 5-5 in the UFC, 12-9 with 1 draw. I believe that was a draw. Yes. I'm actually gonna be, and they are 1-4 in their last 5 as well. I'm going to be going with Andrea Lee actually in this fight, not only because they have a win over De La Rosa. It was 5 years ago, so like don't put too much stock into that. But I just believe that not too much has probably changed since then. De La Rosa's last outing was pretty horrible, and I just feel like Lee, although they haven't been doing well themselves, out of the two, I think that Lee can get this done. I think they'll be the more aggressive fighter. They're definitely durable. De La Rosa, got good cardio, can go, the full 3, but I don't know. Like I said, if you have to pick out of these two, I'm going with Lee as the better of the not so great fighters in this division.
I feel that I'm picking 2 trash cans outside of a seafood restaurant in San Antonio, Texas.
What do you mean by that?
They're both hot garbage. You know what I mean? They've been outside for weeks. One has 3 losses, one has 4 losses. I'm not even sure why either one of them are in the UFC, other than the fact that they just do not have enough women competitors. So I'm looking at their Tapology pictures, and Andrea Lee looks, you know what I mean, mad lean, mad jacked. Montana De La Rosa looks like she's. Yeah, Andrea Lee, I believe in my brother's pick on that one. This is another one where I'm going to go grab another beer. But Andrea Lee for my pick.
Right on. So much of that did.
That won't go in?
That was just, yeah.
It's so bad? My bad.
Moving on to the bantamweight division. We got Brad Katona going up against Jesse Butler. Brad Katona coming from Canada, 3-3 in the UFC, 13-3 overall. Looks like they're 4-1 in their last 5. Going up against Jesse Butler. They are 0-1 in the UFC, 12-5 overall, 4-1 in their last 5. I'm gonna be going with Katona in this fight. I just believe that they're the better overall fighter. Great, cardio, durability. Butler, I just feel like they are a good, like not even like regional circuit guy, but he's a middle of the road kind of fighter. I just not to say that Katona is, like better like levels above, but I would say in this case a level or 2 above. I'm gonna be going with Katona. Who you got?
Brad Katona is I'm definitely going with him. He's definitely won me some money. He came out of the Contender Series. He was on Chandler's team, and then as we all know, Conor McGregor's team, like every fucking person lost, and so they kind of needed to like even him back out again. And Katona had actually trained with Conor McGregor and that team, and then jumped from Chandler's team to McGregor's team because that's who he was originally with, fighting out of Ireland and all those things, and he won, and he did well. So I think he's ready to get back on the horse. I think he's ready to go ahead and do some more. I don't. He's not a killer. He's not gonna, you know what I mean, knock out, submit anything. This is gonna be another like fucking decision victory. But I do believe that it will be a decisive decision victory. It won't be a split. And Brad Katona takes this one.
All right. All right, moving on to the welterweight division. We got a bout between Charles Radtke going up against Carlos Prates. Charles Radtke is 2-0 in the UFC, 9-3 overall, and 4-1 in their last. Well, actually, no, they're on a win streak outside of these grappling events. They're on a 6-fight win streak right now. Going up against Carlos Prates. They are, I believe, 1-0 in the UFC. 18-6 overall. And they are currently on a, let's see, we're going to take out these 2 kickboxing fights. 1, 2, 8. They're on an 8-fight win streak. I'm going to be going with Prates in this fight. I just believe that they're a super dangerous striker. Not necessarily the most dangerous on the ground, but I think dangerous enough, or at least skilled enough to keep it on the feet. Radtke's, pushes the pace, likes to make it a dirty fight. But I just believe that Prates is going to be able to catch him, actually. I think he's going to knock him out in this fight. So, yeah, I'm going to be going with Prates.
This is the first exciting fight of the fucking card. Unfucking fortunately. Radtke, I believe, does have the ability to have a great fight. Carlos Prates is very exciting. Like you said, I think Prates can definitely knock him out possibly. But it'll be a back and forth. This will not be a long fight. I want to say it'll either end in the first round, early in the second. Prates, this is the guy I got to go with. I got to agree with you there. This is where the fight starts. So, like, all that shit before, I guess the first 6 fights, like, do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? Get some food, get some drinks. You know what I mean? whatever it is. But this is the fight you want to see. I think this is probably one of the best, probably the top 3 fights on the card, even though it's the number 7. So Prates for the win. Prates early on. Call it a late second round KO, even though I think it might be early second round. But I don't want to get too crazy on my picks here.
I think he's gonna do it in the first round.
Oh shit! All right.
But yeah, okay.
You can put a little bet. You want to put a little bet on that one?
Nah.
So $1. You want to bet $1? You don't like betting $1?
$1.
First round, second round. Is that what we're doing?
I think he's gonna knock him out in the first round.
Anywhere in the first round, anywhere in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Bet.
Cool.
I'm gonna need my $1 though.
It's fine. I'll Venmo it to you. Next up, we got a lightweight bout. We got Thiago Moises going up against Ludovic Klein. We got Moises coming in at 7-5 in the UFC, 18-7 overall.
All right, let me throw a piss.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Really, nigga?
This is bullshit.
Right in the middle of breaking this nigga down, bro. We got Moises coming in at 7-5 in the UFC, 18-7 overall, and they are currently 3-2 in their last 5. We got Klein coming in 5-2 in the UFC, 21-4-1 draw overall, and they are 4-1 in their last 5. I'm gonna be going with Klein in this fight. I just think that they're gonna be a strong enough wrestler to be able to keep things on the feet, wear Moises down. Moises doesn't have the greatest cardio over 3 rounds. They're great at grappling, so as long as Klein can keep it on the feet, I think that they'll be able to take this one home. Who you got?
I drank a beer. I drank another beer.
I think I go with Ludovic Klein over Thiago Moises. I think he is the better fighter. He's got the better record. This is a tough one. In my opinion, this is a tough one to call. But Ludovic Klein has win-win, draw win-win versus Thiago Moises, who has a win-loss, win-win loss. So Ludovic Klein is a slight favorite. Ludovic Klein has a better reach. And I got to go with my Tapology community, who also believes he's going to win at 67%. So that's my pick, Ludovic Klein to go.
There we go. Moving on to the welterweight division, we got Punahele Soriano going up against Miguel Baeza. We got Soriano coming in. They are 3-4 in the UFC, 9-4 overall, and are 1-4 in their last 5. We got Baeza, who they'll be coming in off of like a 2-year layoff. They're 3-3 in the UFC, 10-3 overall, and are 2-3 in their last 5 fights. Like I said, they're coming off of a 2-year layoff, but I'm actually gonna be going with them in this fight. I at first was gonna go with Soriano, but I'm thinking that if Baeza comes in with this grapple heavy approach that it looks like they've been working on since their last fight, I believe that they'll actually be able to win. Soriano's not the best in the grappling department. My brother hit me to the fact that they're moving down in weight. They usually, the last fight was at a middleweight, 185. So they'll be dropping 15 pounds to come into this fight. And once again, I just don't think that they're the best in the grappling department or cardio department. So I think that Baez is going to be able to come home with this one. That's who I'm going to be going with in this fight. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with Baez as well. Again, Baez is fighting at his normal weight. Soriano's going down 15 pounds. 15 pounds is a lot of pounds. You know what I mean? How many of y'all out there have lost 15 pounds? Not a lot, I'm sure. In addition to that, Soriano's coming from Honolulu, Hawaii, to go and fight in I believe where are we fighting again?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. So from Honolulu to Kentucky, that's a very long flight. I don't know how long it is, but it's far longer than fighting from Florida to Kentucky, which that's where Baez is coming from. In addition to that, Soriano, his last 2 fights have been losses. One's been a KO, one's been a rear naked choke. And even though Baez's last couple fights have been by KO, it just makes more sense for me because he's going again to be fighting at the weight he's normally fighting at versus Soriano coming over and fighting at a much lower weight, which means he has much less power. So I got to go with Baeza.
All right. Moving on to the middleweight division, we got Julian Marquez going up against Zach Reese. We got Marquez coming in. They are 3-3 in the UFC, 9-4 overall, and they are 2-3 in their last 5 outings. We got Zach Reese. They are 0-1 in the UFC, 6-1 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 outings. I'm gonna be going with Marquez in this fight. I believe that although they've been knocked out in their last couple, I just think that they're gonna be, personally to me, the better overall fighter, the better striker. Reese got slammed on his head in his last fight, trying to, put on a triangle choke to Cody Brundage. Marquez, I just believe it's because he goes for broke in his fights. He only has 2 decision losses, which that does mean like his cardio isn't that great, or he just goes too hard in the first couple of rounds that he's just labored by the third. But he's going for broke. I think that he can go in and tap Reese's chin or even just his temple or whatever. And I just feel like Reese is kind of stiff. And, yeah, I don't think that he can get this fight to the ground like that. Marquez does have sneaky submissions. I'm going with Marquez.
I
Who you
think
got?
Zach Reese. I think there's a difference between like a slam knockout versus like a punch knockout. When somebody taps your chin, somebody taps your temple, I think it's a little bit different than like the back of your brain slam the back of your head and on the back of the mat. Maybe I'm wrong, right? I've never been slam knocked out before, so I don't know what that is. But I think Zach Reese is an up and coming fighter. I think Zach Reese is going to chew through Julian Marquez. Pause. But I don't think. I think it will be a war. I think it will be a great fight. I think it will be like a middle third round knockout between these 2 fighters, and it's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be one of the top 3 fights, like I said, on the card. This is maybe number 2 for sure.
All right. Moving to the middleweight division, we got a fight between Brunno Ferreira going up against Dustin Stoltzfus. Ferreira's coming in at 2-1 in the UFC, 11-1 overall, and they're 4-1 in their last 5 outings. We got Stoltzfus coming in. They are 2-4 in the UFC, 15-5 overall, and are 2-3 in their last 5 outings. I'm gonna be going with Ferreira in this fight. I just think they're gonna be the bigger, stronger, more powerful striker. I think they'll have decent enough takedown defense to kind of just, keep this on the feet, blast Stoltzfus with a couple of shots that are going to, kind of like weather him and make it harder to get those takedowns. And I think he can knock him out, second, third round. I'm going to be going with Fajeda. Who you got?
I'm gonna also agree with you. Bruno Ferreira, I think, is just the better fighter. Um, he has um, a better resume. Um, I mean, to a point, I guess it's very, very close.
Stoltzfus kind of put himself at a disadvantage because I know, like, on his debut or in his earlier UFC fights, he was doing, like, short notice stuff.
He
So,
was, and then okay, also like Bruno Ferreira has fought 4 months ago. Stoltzfus has fought 6 months ago. Um, which again, it seems like that's not a lot, but it kind of can be. I think Bruno Ferreira takes this one. They're very similar fighters in my opinion. I don't know how you. I mean, I guess I heard what you said about it, but seems very similar. Tapology says 94%. I mean, if 94% of people believe that the man's gonna win, he's probably gonna fucking win. Um, yeah, I gotta go with the Hulk.
all right. Moving on to the bantamweight division, we got Raul Rosas Jr. going up against Ricky Turcios. This is a fight that should have took place like last year, I believe, for the either the Mexico City or the Noche card. I think it was the Noche card that they were doing in Las Vegas. That fight got scrapped day of because Rosas fell ill. We got Rosas coming in at 2-1 in the UFC, 8-1 overall. They are 4-1 in their last 5 fights. We got Turcios coming in. They are 2-1 in the UFC. 12-3 overall, and they are 4-1 in their last 5 fights. I'm gonna be going with Rojas Jr. I just think that the grappling and just I believe that they are the better overall fighter. I think that if this fight finds itself in the third round, they could be in trouble. I think Turcios definitely is the more durable and has the better cardio of the two fighters. But I just think that Rosas is somewhat on a redemption tour still. They lost that fight against Rodriguez, came back, had a really great, first round knockout of Terrence Mitchell, and then had to pull out of that last fight. So they haven't really had a chance to cement themselves as like that top prospect, like the way they were coming in. So I think they got a lot to prove in this fight. I think they're going to come in ready to finish if possible. Turcios is going to give them a run for their money, but I'm going to be going with Rojas Jr.
Yeah. I mean, Rojas Jr. is fucking 12 years younger than this other dude. So I know you said that you think Rojas is a better fighter. I think Turcios is a better fighter, but I think Rojas is the better cardio because he's fucking 19 years old. Like, how can you not at that point?
I've seen that full gas if he doesn't get takedowns early on in the fight.
Maybe.
He starts to look kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. But in my opinion, I think Rahul Rojas is I think they're very well matched fighters. I don't. Again, I think Turcios maybe is the better fighter. But Rojas has the cardio. Rojas has the that wild instinct of like a young man, you know what I mean, jumping in the fight game where he's willing to throw anything and make it try to land. which means he's going to be the wildfire, which is also going to mean he's the most dangerous in the way that like he could get caught. But I think he's the fighter that wins this fight. This is going to be another very entertaining belt, or bout, not belt, but bout. I think Rosas Jr. definitely takes this one down over Ricky Tercios. And that's what I got for you.
Right on. Moving on to the co-main event, we got a light heavyweight bout between Dominic Reyes going up against Dustin Jacoby. We got Dominic Reyes coming in 6-4 in the UFC, 12-4 overall, and 1-4 in their last 5 outings. We got Dustin Jacoby coming in. They are 7-5 in the UFC, 19-8 with 1 draw. And they are 2-3 in their last 5 outings. I'm gonna be going with Reyes. This is probably the most unpopular pick that you can make on the card. But I just believe that Reyes at least has one in him left. You know, I think he has one win. I believe Jacoby is a formidable opponent at this stage in Reyes' career, but I don't think that, you know, Reyes has done so bad that he can't get a win over a dude like Jacoby. Now, he definitely is taking some time off in between his losses, and rightfully so, because most of these losses are pretty devastating. But I just believe that Reyes is still of a certain caliber that he can win against Jacoby. I think he'll be the more powerful fighter of the two, better striker even. I just think it's just Reyes. I just think, you know, it's all in his head really, and at this point, and his chin is definitely taking a beating. So that's not to say that, you know, Jacoby can't maybe tap him, and then it just because of natural causes, you know, Reyes just may go down. But I think that Reyes has this one. I believe in him. Like I said, I'm sure this isn't the popular pick, but yeah, I'm gonna be going with Reyes in this fight. Who you got?
These two fucking crash test dummies is fucking banging the ring. Somebody's going down. No one's gonna get out of here unscathed. They fight to the death. I'll give them that. I don't believe it's gonna be Dominic Reyes. I think it's gonna be Dustin Jacoby. We're talking about two fighters. One fighter has lost 4 of his last 5. The other fighter has lost 3 of his last 5. Again, this is why this is a free fight. This isn't a pay-per-view card fight. I think Justin Jacoby gets it done because my man has just been knocked the fuck out far too many times in a row, which is 3 times in a row to fucking make it happen. Dominic Reyes knocked out 3 times in a row. I don't believe it's gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Apologize to him, not me.
I mean, set up the fucking gloves, bro. Throw them on the fucking mat. Like, you get knocked out 3 times in a row, just like disgustingly. And the last time you've been knocked out is 2022. You thought you were gonna come back 2 years later, and all of a sudden you're gonna make some shit happen.
Yeah, I mean,
not at all, my guy. Like, I mean,
I don't really know what this means for his career if he was to win against Jacoby. I mean, I don't see him going on any title runs after this because the competition is just going to get stiffer.
Well, this is the thing. It means nothing. And you told me even, like, if he wins this one, he should still set the gloves down in the fucking cage.
I think so.
So, if that's where he's at, I got to imagine that's probably where he's at, and that's also where his heart's at. Like, when your heart's in the, like, I'm just going to do it the one more time, you're not really in it, and you're going to get fucked up. So set your fucking gloves down. Call it a day. This is This is gonna be one of my fucking parlays. So that's where I'm at on that. Not to say Jacoby's great. Jacoby's trash too right now, but we'll figure it out.
For sure. For sure. All right, moving into the main event of the evening. We got a middleweight bout between Jared Cannonier going up against Nassourdine Imavov. We got Jared Cannonier coming in. They are 10-6 in the UFC, 17-6 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 outings. We got Nassourdine Imavov coming in. They are 5-2 in the UFC, 13-4 with 1 no contest, and they are 4-1 in their last 5 outings as well. I'm going to be going with Cannonier in this fight. I just believe that they're going to be the bigger, stronger fighter. I guess Imavov will probably be the better striker of the two. But they're going to be more of like a counter striker, whereas Cannonier, I think they definitely have a tendency to not throw a lot of volume, but as of late, I think that they have turned that up a little bit and then can also mix in a little bit of grappling if necessary. Yeah, I'm going to be going with Cannonier in this fight. I just kind of believe that they're the more well-rounded fighter. Imavov is definitely very good. But I just think that if Cannonier can kind of, I guess, chip at that cardio early on in the fight, if we find ourselves in rounds 4 or 5, it's going to get dark for Imavov. So, yeah, I'm going to be going with Cannonier.
I think you're right. Cannonier, no, let me say this. Let me go ahead and preface it this way. There's a 12-year age difference between these two fighters. And generally, if there's a 12-year age difference between two fighters, I'm going to go with the dude who's younger. But Cannonier is a soldier. Not an actual soldier, at least not that I know of, but like he just fights and he fights on, and he's not one to give up. This man has fought Israel Adesanya, and taken Israel Adesanya to a decision. Jared Cannonier, even at 40 years old, is just a beast. He's a monster. He's always shows up in super condition. You never worry about the fact that like he's gonna be slow. He's not gonna have power. He's carrying too much weight. We never see that. Is he the most exciting fighter? No. Is he one of the more technical fighters? Absolutely. He's going to pick his shots. I think he picks how much volume he needs to win the fight, which is a very impressive skill, which is actually a very good skill if you can hone it in, and I think he has. I don't really see any reason why Nassourdine Imavov is able to beat him, because Jared Cannonier is the killer gorilla.
Boom. Well, looks like we'll be going with Cannonier. That concludes our picks and predictions portion of this show. If you got any, do you got a parlay of some sort lined up?
You know what? Give me a moment, because I do have one lined up. It's kind of changed throughout the day a little bit, so I really want to lock this one in. I think I'm gonna go from top down. So I think Cannonier is my 1. God damn, these are some terrible fucking fights. Let's go with Cannonier is my 1. And Rosas Jr. is my 2. Lapilus is my 3. I'm giving you a 3 pick. I'm not going any further than that. This card is trash. Fucking hot garbage.
All right. Well, you know what? I think
I'm gonna
go with late edition. I'm gonna go with Lapilus. No. Yes. I'm gonna go with Lapilus, Moura, Katona. We're gonna get a little bit wild. Fajeda. I'm gonna go with those 4. And then if you want to spice it up, you can throw Cannonier on top.
Spicy.
Damn, you're throwing the people a 5 pick, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Trying to steal my
4 pick, and then I'm gonna do a 5 pick. Only because you gave me some last second confidence in Lapilus. Yeah. I'm gonna go 4 pick Lapilus, Moura, Katona, Fajeda, and then spicy 5 pick Jared Cannonier.
Okay.
Bro,
Bro, I'm not giving him my title.
I almost want to
like,
put Ludovic Klein up in there too. Make it like a spicy 6.
hey, bro.
You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to go with a 4. Just a standard 4. We're going to go Lapilus, Moura, Katona, Fajeda. And then if you want to spice it up, you can throw Ludovic Klein in there. You can throw Jared Cannonier in there. Make it, spicy 5, or you can make it a full-on spicy 6.
This is a first. This is a first for the channel where you're going to give a bigger pick than I do. You know what I mean? I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not going to be
I
the
feel good about this card.
You can't be the parlay god yet. But if you hit this one, we might have to talk about it.
We can talk about it. Sure.
We might have to talk about it.
All right. Well, let's see here. Anything else for the people?
Comment, first subscribe, yo. Like, it's easy. Just hit that little button. Like, make it easy. And it's not worried about like monies. We're worried about like so we can able to do like lives and shit like that. Like, so all you gotta do is just hit a little subscribe button, you know what I mean? That's our biggest thing. Of course, like things like comments, you know what I mean, allow us to get into more or get us to get more views. That's cool. Likes, get us more views. That's cool. You know what I mean? That's cool. Like, we don't mind it. Obviously, we want you to do it, but if you don't, like, I'm not worried about it. But, like, subscribe at least. You know what I mean? If you're going to watch me every fucking week, might as well subscribe to me every fucking week, right?
Very true.
And you also get a notification every week that I'm about to put my post up on these winners. On the, what have I got? 52 winners.
51.
51. Oh, is it 51? No,
That's
it ain't. No,
That's
it's got to
what
be
you
even
said,
number.
bro.
Oh, maybe I said that. Well, either way, 50 plus winners since the beginning of the year. In addition to all the other winners, right, that cancel out the losers, right? Because I do got some losers. 51 above board winners. What more do you want from me? Not to mention the fact that I'm the parlay god. I'm giving you that as well. I don't know what more they want from me.
He went 9-3 last card. I went 10-2. So yeah, if you've been watching us now for 19 episodes, you might as well like the channel. You might as well subscribe to the channel. Leave some feedback, good or bad, doesn't matter. It's all helping us, get in front of more eyes, which is most important, so that they can take advantage of this plus win percentage that we got going on here on the year. But outside of that, just want to thank everybody who is tuning in. Appreciate you, even if you aren't, hitting that subscribe or like button. We do appreciate your viewership overall. Let's see here. Yeah, no lineups for this one, especially. This one's a little crazy. I would say though, if you are going to put some lineups together, there's some nice like live dogs in here that you'd be able to take advantage of, to possibly get some value on. But yeah, outside of that, this has been another episode of your favorite MMA sports betting channel, Bros Talk MMA. I'm your host, Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, a.k.a. Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick, a.k.a. the Parlay Prince.
Oh, shit! I love it. You know what I mean? You need that.
I'm here with my bro, host extraordinaire.
Wait. I think he needs one more, aka something like
Here we go again.
Mr. Won That Last Card. Made it happen.
Nah, bro.
Nah? Alright, well, fuck, I tried anyway. It's Ray Bucks. It's the Parlay God. It's Mr. Black Jesus, Black Nostradamus, Black Moses. It is Mr. Hand Me My Crown. Throw me my belt. And I love doing this.
This is
I was
fun,
definitely
man.
going to say like some like off the wall shit, but yeah.
19 episodes. Join us
We
next
in there.
week for our 20th episode. We'll be covering the UFC Fight Night card between Alex Perez going up against Tatsuro Taira. That one should be decent.
Should also be Alex Perez win. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the little fucking the disclaimer.
There we go. But until then, happy betting.
Come on, man.
We wish y'all all the luck.
Enjoy that shit.
Take that with you.
Mm-hmm.
And until the next time, we out. This fool.